Today I'm going to give a short demo of using TempoTreadle. It's a device that automatically detects on a traditional loom the treadles that have been pushed, has software to recognize the width that you're weaving, and lets you know when you've made a mistake on the treadling sequence. So here we go. Right now, I've been away from my loom for a while, so I may need to look up the screen to know where I was because I didn't write it down, and it says that expecting treadle 8. I'm down at sequence 40 in my width. So where I would normally have a sticky note or iPad software or something to let me know, I just rely on this, it saves it. So I'm going to treadle number 8, and the system actually knows that I'm pushing 8. You can't see it on the screen on that video, but it actually says 8 up there, so I know it did it. And that was the friendly OK beep. You can turn that off if it bothers you, but sometimes I like to hear it. That meant it was happy with it. So now it's asking for treadle 5. I'll throw my shuttle, and when I close the shed, it's happy. Treadle 6. Alright, so let's suppose I'm weaving along and I get confused. So now I'm going to deliberately press the wrong treadle. So I press the treadle, and when I close the shed, you hear that ugly beep. That's an error beep, and it says, I was expecting 7, you pushed treadle 10. So this way I have the chance to take that pick out and correct it before what would normally happen is I don't recognize it until an inch or so into, and I'm not happy about having to unweave. So just very briefly, that's how it works. It's kind of inconspicuous. You don't have to watch the screen. You don't have to do anything but weave, and it lets you know if you made a mistake. So just a quick look at the screen. You can see the prior, current, and next sequence on the screen and the treadle that's expected. You can also see the color. And any changes, you can rotate the dial or press it. Very simple interface. There's a simple ribbon cable and power cord. I actually share the same little plug-in that I do for a light on my loom. So just runs up the side to the screen, and then on the bottom there's a little tray that you slide under your loom and up under the treadles. Very easy to do. It's out of the way. It's nothing you're going to step on. And this tray contains these Hall effect sensors. If you see, there's a little flexible cord that has a Hall effect sensor on the bottom, and that ribbon cable runs through that tray, and there's a magnet that's been velcroed onto the bottom of the treadle. That's all you have to do on the setup, and it's pretty flexible for different types of looms. We tried it so far on 3 different ones to accommodate treadle spacing. That little flexible wire allows you to very easily at the beginning do a setup to make sure they're lined up under the treadles. So right now it accommodates up to 16 treadles on this version, and seems to work flawlessly with a minimum of setup. I'm not sure if I mentioned also on to load your width, you just take an SD card. If your computer doesn't hold one, you can use a USB adapter, and you store your width file that you've either downloaded or created yourself using weaving software. Just store it onto the SD card and pop it into the little display unit. There's an SD card slot on it, and that's how you transfer your patterns. There's also a free weaving mode if you don't want to use a pattern, or maybe you're using a pattern like a border and then you want to go to free weaving mode, like for plain weave. You can do that, and it'll detect the treadles, but it won't recognize any errors. So there's several features like that: total pick counts, total sequence counts, things like that are helpful. So TempoTreadle will soon be available for sale on loftyfiber.com.